What's going on, guys? Welcome back to week 6 of the weekly rewind. As always, have my guy Jake here today. We do not have a guest this week. We decided to take the week off on the guests and come back strong next week, hopefully. Although I was thinking about bringing Greg on, so shout out to you, Greg. But I was telling Jake earlier, you're not allowed on the show until you get your first win.
Can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be a monumentous occasion, and I just can't, man. No, no shot. 0-6. Got to get your first win, Greg. Unless it's against me, then I don't know if I want to do it. I don't play Greg next week, do I? No, okay, we're good. All right, let's bounce into these matchups, Jake. How do we feel? Let's get
Yeah, let's do it. Let's start with
Lemons and
George and
George. Yeah.
Lemons. Why not?
Alrighty, gotta find them. So there was some name banter going on here. I know Lemons already changed his name for his matchup against Greg, but I believe this was Emily's Big Daddy and oh, what? George, I'm sorry, I don't remember what your girlfriend's name is, but it was something about her. It doesn't show anymore, unfortunately.
I think I remember this. Oh my God, what was it?
Was it her baby daddy? I don't remember.
Let Let's OnlyFans. Is that
Oh,
what it
yeah,
was?
Letsy's only fan. That's what it was.
I just
Thank you.
remembered.
Attaboy, Jake.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
that was good banter. I like to see the
Yeah,
name. Let's see here. Tom Brady stunk, and that really kind of killed George there. Did he start the wrong quarterback? Nope, because Aaron Rodgers is garbage, and Geno Smith was terrible too. Jeez, George, dude, your quarterback situation is bad, man. Uh, Rest of the matchup, everybody was fine. It seems like Clyde was really bad. Clyde and Brady killed you. Seems like it's about it. Lemon side of the ball, Tyreek had 33 points. I feel like Tyreek's been a freaking beast this year. Oh, he's very up and down, but he has very high peaks. Saquon doing his
yes.
thing. Pitts got his first touchdown of the year, I believe. Yeah, first touchdown of the year right after I trade him. Figures.
Knew that would happen. Yeah,
Yeah, 3 catches, 19 yards though. That sounds like same old Kyle Pitts to me.
that is a fact. Hollywood Brown now going to be out for a while. He got
Yeah, what was it?
11
4
points
weeks?
for Lemons, but yeah, I think it is about a month. I want to say. Uh,
Oop,
Looking at Michael's bench here, he even had a couple of good options there, especially Juju. Rumor has it Lemons is shopping Juju after what probably will be his highest point scorer
Yeah,
scoring
what the
week of the
hell?
season.
Did
He had
he
27 against Buffalo
He had a 42-yard catch and run.
and
Oh,
only
no, it
five
wasn't a touchdown.
catches.
Yeah, 5 catches, 30 points. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Okay, bet. Zeke actually had a good game. I think he'd be shopping Zeke too. He's got a lot of real
might as
shitters on
well.
his bench that he's got to get out.
15.6 is the highest in the season for Zeke, so it would not be surprised if we started shopping him or held on to him a little bit longer because it looks like I'm seeing a lot of green matchups next
Yeah,
couple
and,
weeks.
and Zeke's not bad. And, the offense should be better with Dak.
True,
So we'll see.
should be,
Yeah, it should be, yes. And good to
should
see
be.
Taysom Hill back to his 5-point form
Yeah.
after throttling me last week. God damn it. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is a decent matchup.
I was just gonna say I actually am. I'm kind of surprised he didn't just keep rolling with Taysom Hill until it doesn't work anymore. Um, he just had
Yeah,
40 points the week prior, and then he had the confidence to start Kyle Pitts. I kind of respect it, but I don't know. I probably would have just kept rolling with Taysom Hill and lost a few points there.
understandable. So I remembered seeing a report. Is that this week or was it last week that Andy Dalton is banged up and Jameis isn't 100% and they might roll Taysom as the quarterback.
It must be this week because
Must be
I
this
didn't
week.
hear about that. But
Yeah, I
um,
saw a report about that. So
either way, Taysom Hill.
yeah, that would be disgusting. So there you go. There's the matchup. George taking the fat L to good old Bob Saget over here, Mike Lemons. Have you ever noticed that?
I did notice that. Yeah.
All right. Next up, we're gonna do me and Brandon. Um, I see Brandon's already got his new name going for Preston. That is a filthy name, Julia's
It
baby
is.
daddy. Oh man.
I like that we're seeing modified images now,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
Lemons kind of
really
started.
stepping up the
He had a couple
game.
of good ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, and that's a banging picture. Oh man, oh, the newlyweds. Fuck, dude.
And the week after, Preston is on the podcast, so he doesn't get to say anything right now.
Can't
He's
defend
silenced.
himself.
He probably doesn't even know yet. He
Yeah,
lit up
you
a
already
guy with
know.
chat.
You already know Preston doesn't check his team till Thursday morning.
Oh yeah.
This was a tough one for me, man. Kyler and Mike Williams hurt me inside. Mike Williams, you roll with the punches. He puts up 4 points and then he puts up 30 points, so it's hard to really be mad. Kyler Murray better. He had 100 rush yards, which is actually that's actually insane. Actually, I didn't even know he had 100 rush yards. How did you have 11 points with 11 rush
That
yards
is
or
crazy.
with 100 rush yards?
With the bonus.
Yeah, you get
How many points do you get?
that's
How many
13.
points do
You
you get
get
for that?
3 point bonus plus the 10 points for the. He had 13 points off just the rush yards alone, and he scored under that. What?
Oh my god.
Dude, 6 sacks, man. It does it. He had no touchdowns. That actually is kind of what did it. Jesus. 100. That's crazy because your running back scores your running back hits 100 rush yards and you're buzzing. Your running back probably had a good
Yeah.
15 plus points, right? You bag a couple catches, you're good to go. Jesus. Wow, I just noticed that. Oh man. Nuke better fix that.
What was it like being a T. Higgins owner the last week? Well, I guess the last couple of weeks
I
now, where he's
benched
kind of
him.
just been questionable.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do the same
so
thing
I
with
started
Lazard.
him the week before, right? And he goosed because he really didn't play in the game, and I don't know why. Um, well, obviously he's hurt, but they called him active, so I figured he would have played. And this year I said, screw that, I'm not riding that train. Benched him for Lazard, and I feel good about it. Lazard's been, honestly, he's been very solid. Double digits every week except for week 2. He didn't play week 1.
Yeah, I think you just got to keep. I'd probably keep rolling with Lazard. I know Rondale Moore might be somewhat
Olave
intriguing
will
with
slot in,
all true Olave will be back.
which kind of stinks, but
He had a concussion,
yeah.
right? Is that why he
Yep.
missed it?
Yeah, they
Yep.
said he'll be back this week.
Okay, cool. So I was looking down your roster, I'm seeing a couple of receivers that have some potential, but sure Olave / Lazard will be in that flex spot
Yep. Yeah,
for a
for
while.
sure. Well, I don't know. If Higgins is back, then maybe he's in. It's tough to tell.
True.
I might give
Yeah.
it one more. Who knows? We'll see. Pittman, it was super nice to see Pittman bounce back from his abyss.
Huge week for Pittman, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Dawson Knox, bless
13
up for that.
catches. Holy.
Yeah, well, he had like
You see
16
29.
targets or something like that. Yeah, 16 targets. No
I
touchdowns. He
saw
had 30 points.
29. Yeah, I was about to say, usually you think maybe a touchdown, maybe even 2, but no, it's
Yeah.
13. Good old fashioned 13 catches, 134 yards.
Hopefully
I'd
that
like to
keeps
see it.
up, man, because they won. They won.
True.
We'll see.
It works.
So, who knows, man? I gotta do something. This team is pain. Brandon said, "Oh, actually, one more thing. Hopkins, my Dustin Hopkins, 13 points after right off Ripsky's questionable with like a freaking leg injury. Yeah, he had a hamstring injury. He's gonna miss 2 to 4 weeks. Right. This happened on opening kickoff. Okay. I don't know if anybody watched this game, but on opening kickoff, he kicks the ball and he is limping the entire game. And they're like, "Yeah, we're just gonna lean on Hopkins to win this
I
game
did
for
not
us."
see that happen, but I heard
Knocks
about
4
it.
field goals down. One of them the game winner in OT. Like disgusting.
Yeah,
I was like,
just
"Oh
tuned
shit."
in.
Oh
I just
shit,
tuned in at the end
Mike.
of the game, and I heard about that. I'm like, what happened to this dude? Why is everybody talking so much about this dude?
He's
Hopkins,
insane,
but he
man.
hits it.
It's
I
disgusting.
loved his post game interview too. It was great.
So unfortunately, I had to drop him. No, wait, I could probably put him in my IR actually. I don't know. I might have already dropped him. Who knows?
So did you? I don't really want to talk about the Packer game, but did you end up watching the whole Packer
Dude,
game?
I was at the Packer game.
You were at the
Yeah,
Packer
I was
game.
at the Packer game.
That had to have been tough for like 5 different reasons, but seeing
Yeah.
Tunyon be like the most used receiver going against you, and then Brees Hall picking up a huge touchdown run at the end. That's literally the difference in the game.
There was
right here in this
actually
matchup.
there was probably a 5-minute span during the Packer game where I was beating Brandon, projected to win by like 20 points. And then all of a sudden, Amari Cooper scores a touchdown. Brees Hall scored his big touchdown at the end. Dalvin Cook scored, I think, 2 touchdowns at the end. and Tunyon caught like 3 passes, and I was like, what the fuck, man? It was disgusting.
That's the Tunyon that we need to see. I love seeing Tunyon being used like
10
that.
catches,
But
90
how
yards.
about
Yeah.
the fact that, well, it'd be nice to see our receivers have some separation too.
Yeah, that would be. And Rodgers to hit them when they are open.
Oh, yeah,
But
that would be nice.
hey, you
Well,
can't win them all. The worst part about the Tunyon thing actually for me was in a different league, I lost by like 6 points, and I like 5 minutes before the game started, I benched Tunyon for I think it was MVS or something, and MVS goosed, and Tunyon put up 20 points. Pain.
damn.
Yeah, that hurt inside, but that's okay. You live and you learn.
To be fair, I think a lot of people would have made the same call if using MBS in the flex rather than tight end. But
Exactly.
with Mahomes as a quarterback,
It's a stupid deep league. Otherwise, that stuff wouldn't happen. There's like 4 flex spots. It's stupid.
and against the Bills, right? They played the Bills this last week, I think.
Oh, the
The
Chiefs?
Chiefs.
I
I
have
want to say
no
they played the
idea.
Bills. Actually, maybe not. I gotta remember now.
No,
thought
yeah,
they
they
did.
did. They did, yeah, because Josh Allen played the Chiefs.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Good
I would have
call.
picked MVS versus the Bills for sure.
So hey, let's get off this one. Nick B and Breston. All right, Manti 113.8. Nick B getting a nice win here, 5-1. God damn, Nick B. 132.5. Jalen Hurts didn't even have that good of a game, honestly. I mean, 16 points is not what you want to see, especially when you're going up against 40-point Joe Burrow. Jeez, Burrow's back. Who did it for Nick? I guess 132.
The middle of the lineup did it.
Yeah, no
Just look
kidding.
at the middle of his lineup.
Stevenson, dude.
The meat.
Ramondre was big. Grant, because Damian Harris is out, right? Is he out for a while? I don't remember.
I would have to check on that, but
I think he's out for a
um,
few weeks, if I remember correctly.
was Bailey Zappi still the starter this week? I
Yes.
think Bailey Zappi's just keeping it rolling.
I want to say he's either done or next week's his last week. Isn't Mac Jones supposed to come back?
I think so. Yeah, I couldn't remember if he came back this past week or if he's come
No,
back this week.
I
But
think he's supposed to be back this next week.
if the Patriots lose, I mean, Bailey Zappi.
Yeah, actually, he's actually looked good. Yeah, it's hard to, I don't know. There's an argument to be made, that's for sure. Kittle actually put up 16 points. I think that was his high. Nice. I want to say I said something last week about how George Kittle would stink all year, so pain happens week after. Let's see. Preston's team was just bad. Yeah, Burrow was a beast. Kittle was totally fine. Everything else, kicker defense. Hey, Justin Tucker did Justin Tucker things. 8 points. Nothing wrong with 8 points from your kicker. Evan McPherson had 8 on his bench too, so he made the right decision.
Mike Evans not able to get enough points though. Evans and CeeDee Lamb combined
and Aaron Jones, Nick Chubb.
21. That's tough. That's tough 4 players in a row right there.
I don't know if you can start Aaron Jones, man. I mean, you have to, but also, man, he's been disappointing.
Going against the Commanders this week, I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably still start him, but
you have to. I mean, it's not like there's really anybody else on his bench that he would play over him. Oh, there's Damian Harris right there. Damian Harris inactive with a hamstring injury.
Inactive for the Browns, so no news
He's been
since
practicing
then,
a little bit. He might be back in a week or two.
Okay. I want to say that both Preston's kickers are on bye this next week too.
Are they?
So I haven't looked at the transactions.
McPherson has a week 10 bye.
Oh, I thought that he had both at the same bye.
And
that would have been
Tucker,
pretty funny.
they do have the same bye, but it's week 10.
Oh, it's just not this week.
Yeah,
okay.
it's just not this week.
Either way, that's going to be pretty funny.
Yeah, I agree. That does it for everybody. I mean, excellent work from Nick there benching Dobbins. I guess with McCaffrey and Stevenson, you kind of just do that. I would have considered Dobbins over Judy. So Dobbins he aggravated his knee. Not sure if he's going to play this week. I kind of don't think he will. Watch out for him. He looks really good when he's on the ball, but man, he's got to get healthy. Let's move on this one. I don't know. You got anything else from this? Nick won.
Might be Josh Palmer's last decent week. Actually, he hasn't had that many decent weeks, but he's had 3 of them. Hopefully, Keenan Allen will be back. As a Keenan Allen owner.
I saw a report a couple hours ago that said Keenan Allen probably won't play next week because they have the bye week 8.
Oh, yeah. I would assume he won't play if they have a bye week 8.
I believe he himself said that he probably won't play.
Oh, he himself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna trust Keenan Allen
I can try to
on his
find that
status.
report, but yeah, I believe it was him himself that said it would be
Well,
smart to
okay.
wait
Well,
another week.
looking ahead, Diggs on the bye. Keenan Allen just deciding to be smart. I don't know. Come on, Keenan Allen, just be dumb and play. Come on, I need you. No.
Do what's right, Keenan.
Well, Nick picking up another win. Still his points for not looking great, but just winning games, plain and simple.
Dang. Yeah, absolutely.
Cade still has more points in the season. That's 2-14. Wild.
I don't know where this Keenan Allen report went. Whatever. Maybe I'll find it later. Um, let's see. We got Cade and Laner next, huh? Talk about the battle of the brothers V2 because Brandon kicked my ass. Laner came out on top on this one, which is actually I picked Lane. Hey, good for you, man. Good for you. Jimmy Handsome dropping a 21 dime on us. That you gotta be happy with that. I mean, shit. Dak's supposed to be back this week, I think. Yeah, I think he was medically cleared.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Oh, Tua will probably be back too, right? They were just on bye or something. Oh no, he just didn't play. Okay. Oh yeah,
Brandon
that's right.
Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk.
Is that 2 weeks in a row for him? No,
Uh,
it's not. Nope.
no, this was just the week of Brandon Ayuk and got Lane the win.
Yeah, that's actually so massive. Jesus. He actually needed it too. Wow. Good for you, man.
Yeah,
Mostert got banged up in this one.
Brandon Ayuk actually getting the start over Deontay Johnson. So a great move from Lane right there. Over Drake London
Oh,
too.
wow.
Over Jacoby Myers. He had a lot of receivers kind of in that range.
Yeah,
He
that's a
decided to
managerial power move right there.
Lane.
Boy,
Props.
dude. And now he's gonna swap Amon-Ra back into that spot, assuming Swift doesn't come back. I don't know. I don't know if Swift's back next week or not. He's questionable, from my understanding. Cade side of the ball, Jeff Wilson. Oh man, after going double digits for 4 weeks in a row, gets 7 carries for 25 yards and must have fumbled. Yeah, one fumble. Dang.
Yeah, let me. Would ETN have done it? I have to do the math here. I think ETN would have done it on the
Yeah,
bench.
he would have. Ooh,
0.5,
11.
11.3.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he would have. 11
Yeah, he would have
points.
done
Yep,
it.
11 points would have done it. Yeah.
Yes. So that's unfortunate.
ETM would have done it over Jeff Wilson. Pain. That's okay. It's hard to blame him for starting
Yeah,
Jeff
you
Wilson though
can't.
after 23 points the week
Oh
before.
no, I would have done the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just tough to look at.
It is just tough to look at here. Kenneth Walker looks freaking tastic though. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's great.
Three rushing yards away from the bonus.
Was he a late draft pick or was he a waiver wire?
Oh, he was
Kenneth
definitely a
Walker?
draft pick. I don't even.
I thought he was, but I couldn't remember if it was like a late pick or.
I can get you the. Oh, it might actually say in here. Player history.
I'll look at a draft too, actually, really quick here.
Oh, he was a waiver ad.
Great ad
Wow.
from Cade there.
That also means he can't be kept. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at Jeff Wilson. I'm a fool.
I don't see him
Walker
being
drafted in the 10th round.
10th round, of course.
I was gonna
yeah.
say, there's no way Kenneth Walker can get
Of
drafted,
course.
but there we go.
Yeah.
I'm a fool. I was looking at Jeff Wilson.
The draft feels like so long ago. Then, like, where was this dude ranked?
Because
there were so
Penny
many
was getting
injuries in
drafted above him.
Seattle. Yeah.
Penny was like what, a 5th rounder or something like
Okay,
that.
so
Well, Derrick Henry will slot in next week. It'll probably be Derrick Henry and Walker. I would keep playing Walker, honestly. He's been
I've got to put some respect on Kenneth Walker's name for not even remembering that he was a 10th round pick. But
you're disgusting.
Good play.
Yeah,
good stuff, Kenneth Walker.
Metcalf was disappointing too. Washington defense was solid. Rams defense was solid too. I think I saw Lane cut the Rams defense. Oh, they're on bye. Makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. Seemed disappointing for Cade. Feels like it should be disappointing for Lane, but he outperformed his projection by 10 points, so you really can't be mad. His team's just mildly bad.
DeAndre Swift, Amon-Ra St. Brown, not able to be started.
He needs the Lions back. He also, not only does he need the Lions back, but he needs the Lions to actually bounce back. because they did get shut up by the Patriots last game they played. Although I do believe I saw a stat where the Detroit Lions, so they haven't scored any points the past 2 weeks, right? They got shut up by the Patriots and they had to bye this week.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they're still top of the NFC North in points for.
Oh my.
Yeah, so nobody else has had
And
a
then
bye.
it might honestly be the top of the league in points given up also.
You might be right
Probably.
about that. You might be right.
Probably. Might be in the whole league.
Considering most of those games that they put up a shit ton of points, they've also lost, you know.
Yeah,
it's
they
like-
lose like 40, 43 or something like that.
48,
47,
45.
whatever it was.
Yeah.
48, 45, that's what I'm thinking of, yeah.
They are only a
Right.
one-win team, and you'd think that if you're the highest scoring team in the league, or definitely the highest scoring team in the NFC North, probably not in the league anymore. But if you're the highest scoring team in the NFC North and you've lost almost all of your games, you'd think you're also the highest points against. Jesus, that's insane. Oh man. All right, let's get off this matchup. Lane, congrats on the win. Both your teams stink. Greg and Jake, final matchup. I don't know if I feel right calling this the matchup of the week, but it's the last one, so it is.
It was closer than it looks, I will say.
Fair.
For a long time, this was I think Greg might have even been favored for a little bit, maybe going into the Sunday night
The
game.
Mike Boone.
But yeah, there was a time where it was. I think he was favored, but he needed Mike Boone and Will Dissly and maybe someone else he mentioned to pop off. Did not happen, unfortunately, for Greg. And Eckler did pop off on Monday night, so I was able to walk away with a win. But
Man.
I don't know. I'm getting a little bit less confident in Lamar after 3 weeks in a row, putting up like 13,
yeah.
15, 15. After the first 3 weeks, he was like the MVP front runner easily.
Now it's Josh
I don't
Allen,
know.
baby.
Big pickup of the week, picking up Deion Jackson.
Yeah.
Not only did
absolutely.
I just really want to pick up a running back or someone, because my flex was kind of thin after all these injuries like Keenan Allen, all that stuff. But
He says all these injuries.
saw-
Did you look at Greg's bench, dude?
I know. No, I was saying.
I
I was about to say also Greg has Jonathan Taylor, so I'm like, he might be looking at Deion Jackson too. So that's literally the difference. If Greg picked up
It
Deion
would've been,
Jackson,
yeah.
he would have a win right now. I had to scoop him up quick, but
Yeah, Greg would be
I
on
don't
the
know.
show.
Just
if
happy
you
to
would've
walk
picked him
away
up.
with a win. That's all that
Greg,
really matters.
you would have been sitting in one of these chairs, man, having a good time, drinking a brewski. First win
All
of the
you had to
season.
do was press one green plus.
And probably throw down a
For me.
decent sized bid. How much you bid on Jackson? Do you remember?
Oh, I didn't even bid on him. I just
For real? He
it
was
was
free.
it was like a
Oh my God!
think it
Yeah,
was
you
some
added
injury
for
news.
$0.
it was some morning. I think Jonathan Taylor
It was
and
Saturday
Naheem
morning.
Hines were no, not Saturday morning. I forgot what
No, it was Saturday. Yeah, October 15th.
it was. Saturday.
Yep. Saturday
Okay.
at 11:51 a.m.
Yeah, Saturday morning. I got a notification about I think Jonathan Taylor out and Naeem Hines being out, so I quickly ran to the waiver wire.
I saw that
I actually went
notification, and
I went to
said,
Sleeper
"Who
and I had
cares?"
to check to see who was the next on the roster because it wasn't in like Yahoo's top added players. Yeah,
Oh,
like, I'm
yeah.
sure if I scrolled down a little further, it would have been, but it wasn't like in the top three. But like after probably 30 minutes later, I'm sure it was easily in the top three.
After seeing
Players picked up.
JT and Hines' performances throughout the year, I saw that notification and I said, normally I would pick that guy up, but who the hell cares?
I
And-
got very fortunate there.
Yeah, 10 catches, 80 receiving yards, and a rushing touchdown. Respect to
Thank
that,
you,
man.
Mr. Matt Ryan.
Yeah, the dump off
Thank you very
king.
much.
Yeah, that bringing him back to the Cordero Patterson days. Jeez.
Yeah, I got carried by him. Stephon Diggs getting 34. I had like three
Eckler had
players
a
that
good
just
game,
popped
too.
off, and then everybody else did pretty shit. Like Dobbs had 6, Cream Hunt 1. That's the
Yeah.
Cream Hunt that you know.
Yeah, fuck that
The
guy.
1-point Cream Hunt.
Yeah, I hate that
Dallas
guy.
Goddard.
That actually
4
gives me
points.
Vietnam flashbacks, Jake. 1.2.
And I bet, yeah. And San Francisco finally disappoints me. It took the whole season, but
Against
they've been a
Atlanta
really
of all
good. They've been
teams,
a really
man.
good defense, and yeah, against Atlanta, there were a lot of weird.
Marcus
weird
Mariota
games this
pieced them apart.
Who are the 4 really weird losses? Like the Bucks, Packers, 49ers. There was one more. Oh, it was the Ravens against the Giants.
Yeah, the
That
Ravens
was kind of
lost.
weird.
The
yeah, there
Giants
were a
are good?
couple-
Question mark.
The Giants are good, so it's not as weird. But either way, that was kind of like no one would have expected those 4 teams losing.
Yeah, the thing is
Just
though, I
like
think the
at any
Giants
point.
are the Giants were only considered to maybe be good after that game, though. I think when they beat the Packers, everybody just said,
True.
"Oh, Packers are shit."
Yeah, a little bit of both,
Yeah,
sadly.
unfortunate.
But
Pretty much nobody played on your benches, so not really much to
and
go over there.
Greg with 37 from Jamar Chase. Oh, I
Yeah,
have to give
that is
respect to
so massive
Greg for finally starting Trevor Lawrence, which I believe we have mentioned a few times that you just have to do it
and it
with
paid
the way
off
that
too.
Russell Wilson's been playing this year.
I think
Um,
I saw that he had injured like a hamstring or something like that now. That's GT.
yeah, it was something. Let me see.
Yeah, hamstring.
Hamstring, yeah.
Yep. Russ, dude, you gotta drop Russ. I know Russ is an icon, Greg, and he's a meme. You're hoping he goes on the short-term IR or something so you can stash him on your IR, not drop him, just so that you could have him on your team and not take a roster spot. That hurts. Hey, Greg's team was pretty bad. Jacksonville defense. I respect the fact that you started him against the Colts. Turns out any team can score on the Jags, though. Mixon, Chase, and Lawrence. Yeah, it was really good for him to see Chase bounce back like that, though, because that was Chase's first good week of the year, apart from week 1. Yeah, he's rocking around the 10 to
Back
12
in
range.
Louisiana, the first game since they won that national championship down
Oh
there
yeah,
with LSU.
and they
Just had to know
collapsed
Jamar
that
Chase was
one.
going to light it up, and Burrow got like 42 for, I think, was it Preston? Who was it? I think it was Preston that had Joe Burrow started him. Great play.
Yeah, it was Preston. 40 points. I
Crazy.
think all of the best players of the week this week were started or unowned. So, kudos to us.
Nice.
But yeah, I guess that wraps it up. Eckler on Monday night sealed the deal for you. I guess you had already kind of won. I guess you didn't know that before.
It was Mike Boone. That
but also Mike Boone
technically
was
had.
running back 3 on that team, so who the hell cares about Mike Boone?
The only thing that could have happened is like Eckler first play fumble injury. Mike Boone
Yeah.
get like 10.
Mike Boone flukes his way into a
Whatever it
goal line
was.
touchdown. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only way.
Because you're hoping for like Melvin Gordon to fumble and get injured or something if you're Greg, and then Mike Boone just kind of takes the lead because Latavius Murray isn't acclimated to the offense yet. Turns out Latavius Murray is acclimated to the offense because he's the one now, and Melvin Gordon's terrible. So hey,
yeah.
Let's look at the
Did
standings.
Melvin
Gordon
Gordon request a trade, or am I thinking of somebody else?
No, he did not. I believe Nathaniel Hackett said that he would start this week.
All right, that's not what I was thinking of. I remember seeing his name in the news, but yeah. All right, Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, get ready for like 4 carries for 8 yards, and then he gets benched.
Love it.
Standings, we've got Lemons up top with Nick B tied at 5-1. Look at those. A lot more points from Mike though. Over 100. Yeesh. Nick made his first few transactions of the season. Last week he had 0. This week he has 3. Good to see. George and you 4-2. Right around the same spot for points for. Both above Mike. Just saying. And a lot more points against. Holy shit. 800 apiece. You guys are right around me.
Crazy. Yeah.
Let's see. You got Brandon and Manti. Ooh, they play each other this week too.
Big game.
Yeah,
I was going to say, I just looked it up and I saw the post. I was thinking about Melvin Gordon likes tweets suggesting trade after being benched in week 6. So apparently he just likes some tweets about him maybe getting traded.
I didn't see that one.
Probably not really worried about that at all. That's just what I saw at one point.
Hey, man, whatever. Then we got Cade, myself, and Laner all rocking 2 and 4. Lane and I are definitely a teardrop there, though. We're 150 points behind everybody else. Fuck. And Greg at 0 and 6, 612 points for 900 plus
a lot of points
against. That is ridiculous. Man, you feel a little bad, but also you're the lowest scoring team in the league, so you can't be too mad.
No drama. No drama at all.
No, absolutely not. He's just getting fisted every single week. Sorry to say it, Greg.
That sounds taxing.
I'm sure it is. We'll have to ask him when he gets his first win.
He did change the image and just named it Perfect Season, baby.
Oh, man.
Poor Down guy. Bad.
Yeah. Hey, Greg, my DMs are always open if you want to trade me, JT. Best players of the week this week. Quarterback Joe Burrow, 40.5 points from Anti. Yours truly, Deion Jackson, attaboy Jake, 28
Love it.
points. Wow. Jamar Chase for Greg, 37.2. Shame he was the only guy to score points in that matchup. Mark
Yep.
Andrews doing Mark Andrews things with 26.5 for George. Kicker this week was a tie. Ryan Suckup and Will Lutz both had 14. You had Suckup, Jake,
I
and
did.
Lutz was a free agent. I believe Nick B picked him. I want to say it was Nick B. Someone picked him up, but he was a free agent at the time. And defense, Jets 22 points against the Packers. They were a free agent this week, which in hindsight feels kind of silly, but also, I mean, come on,
Yeah.
it's the Jets.
Suck up. He has not had a week with less than 8 points.
Really?
He's been very good for me
You know
this
who
year.
else has been really good is Daniel Carlson. Is that on George's
Oh yeah,
team?
he
I
was
think?
like the number one kicker. He might still be the number one kicker, honestly. But
Yeah,
he's
he's
been
on George's team. 9, 13, 10, 11, 16. I don't think he is anymore because he had a bye this last week, but very, very
And I don't
good.
know if Suck Up is like top two, but just getting like 8 points a week at least is pretty. He had 15, 10, 8, 8, 8, 14. Can't ask for much more than that
No,
from a kicker at all.
absolutely not. Yeah, cool. All right, there were a lot of transactions, so we're gonna skim through these quick. There was a whole page of them. I believe that makes 25. So let's see. I'm just gonna do the guys that were spent fab on. So obviously you picked up Deion Jackson, cut Christian Watson, pain. Um,
That was a sad move.
Butker. I added Dustin Hopkins for the week. He did his thing and then got hurt again. Nice. Garoppolo got added and then instantly dropped 2 days later by a laner. Oh, yeah, just for the rental. Started him and cut him. Respect. Claypool, $21 waiver for Greg. Do you have any words on that one, Jake? Maybe.
Chase Claypool, he had a good week. He had a good week, but
It's 2 weeks
I
in a
love
row of
seeing
7
all
plus
the
targets.
reactions to Chase Claypool because like there's so many clips of him going deep, but then not actually like jumping at all. He's a tall receiver, but he doesn't high point the ball. He doesn't reach his hands up in the air. He lets the ball come to him, and that's not something you want to see as a receiver. You got to help Kenny pick it out there. Actually, Trubisky in the second half of that game, I want to say.
Oh,
I think
Kenny Pickett got hurt, didn't he?
Yep. So Trubisky had a good end to the game to get the win over the Bucks. That was pretty surprising.
That makes that quarterback battle a little interesting, actually. Wonder if Trubisky comes
Yeah.
back, give Pickett a week off or something. I don't know what the injury ended up being. I think it was minor, though. You snagged Kenyon Drake for $10. Instantly
I
cut
did.
Deion Jackson. The disrespect.
It was disrespectful, but he got injured like in the same game. So he used him for one game. Yeah, he got his 28 points, checked out, got injured, and got dropped in one
Peace.
week. Yeah, it was tough. I had never wanted to. I think I was just mentioning it last week. I was never going to drop Watson. At least I didn't plan on it. But I tried to. I thought maybe if I dropped Christian Watson, maybe when he gets back, he'll have to be good now, just to make me kind of regret that. And the Packers need that energy,
We do.
so I had to sacrifice him.
Makes
Thanks,
sense.
Deion Jackson. It's been real.
Oh, never to be mentioned again. I snagged the Tennessee defense for $2 and a couple $1 bids came out. I got Brett Maher because the Hopkins is hurt, and Pacheco to Brandon for $1. Finally cut Mooney. Let's see. Anybody else? Julio got picked up. Mike Boone got cut. Melvin Gordon I cut because he sucks. Picked up Evan Ingram instead. Let's see. Hayden Hurst got cut because he deserves it. Kenneth Gainwell got cut earlier today. I don't know how to feel about that. Yeah, he's just been terrible. Never mind. Good move. Nick B picked up Will Lutz, cut Greg Joseph, who I'm pretty sure has missed a field goal like every single week of the season. He's been so bad. Allen Robinson got picked up. MVS got cut. Honestly, I'd almost prefer MVS. But hey.
Yeah. You know what I just realized right now? I was talking about Kenneth Walker earlier. I was thinking of Kenneth Gainwell.
Oh.
That would make more sense.
You fool.
You hate to see that. I forgot there's so many Kenneths in the league now.
Yeah, only 2 now, right? There's Kenny Galladay though, so I understand the confusion.
Kenneth, I'll change his name to Kenneth Galladay. If I owned him in Dynasty, I would change his nickname to Kenneth.
I believe that is a Nick
Right
Hoffman owner.
Yeah.
I offered him so many
He
offers
deserves
for
Kenny Galladay.
Back in the day, I offered him so many offers for him, and he said no. He
Well,
put up.
he was waiting for the perfect offer where all he needed was, how many firsts.
Yeah, I know how many. Yeah. All right. Matchup previews, and then we'll get out of here. So this week I have George. So I'm expecting a name change here because I don't really care if he's Emily's big daddy. What is the full name? Yeah, Emily's big daddy eggplant emoji. George is missing a wide receiver. And he's only projected to lose to me by 2 points. So, fuck.
Yeah, it's George's team this year. He's got high projections.
Yeah, I have Higgins in my starting lineup. I might keep it. He had 10 points last week. 10 targets. You know what? He had 10 targets last week. I'm going to roll with it. That's joint for most for him. I think he's back. He's going to start Tom Brady this week against Carolina, which means that Geno Smith's probably going to go off. Let's see.
Probably.
Yeah, not a whole lot going on here. Who slots into the wide receiver slot for him, actually? He doesn't have a single wide receiver on his bench. Oh, I'm going to start picking up all the wide receivers.
Every single one.
Anybody want to pick up wide receivers with me? I hope James Conner doesn't play so I can put him in my IR and just take another receiver for my team.
Wan'Dale Robinson.
George, my DMs are open if you need a receiver, man. I'll take, Cooper Kupp or something. Oh, man. Okay, well, we'll see. I'm probably going to lose that game, but you never know. We got Greg and Lemons, the 0-6 team, going up against the 5-1 team. Apparently, Greg voted for Biden. I'm not going to comment on that. According to Mike, aka an unknown source. I'm going to pick Mike to win this one because 135 projection to 120 projection. And honestly, Greg's team is bad. I'm sorry, Greg, but it's bad. He's starting Claypool this week. Respect.
I'm seeing Juju Smith-Schuster in Mike's lineup. I think it's a bad omen. I know he just had a good week, but
chasing the points a little bit
now
there.
I'm looking at it, I don't know. I guess
I'd stick Taysom in there. Oh man.
I don't know. Something about it. It gives me a bad feeling when I see him in that starting lineup.
Yeah.
Even though he just did good.
Oh man.
You know what? I'm rooting for Greg though.
You're rooting for Greg in this one. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, he has the potential to win any single week with Jamar Chase and JT in his roster with Mixon.
All it's going to take is, bad week for the Chiefs, bad week for Tyreek Hill, average week for Saquon.
And Dameon Pierce is one of the better running backs in fantasy right now, too. He's been excellent.
Saying there's a chance.
Yeah, understandable. Good for you, man. And the Packers only score field goals, so Crosby's pretty good.
That is a fact. The Jets going against Denver could get some big points.
That especially if they don't have Russ, is that better or worse?
I'd still say better, but
in Denver's perspective or the defense's perspective?
The defense's perspective. I thought you were talking about the defense's perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I was leaving it for interpretation.
I would hope it wouldn't be better for the Broncos than out of Russ. I don't know if we're at that point yet.
Who is their backup?
I think it's not Drew Lock because he's.
I don't actually know.
Seahawks now.
Can I click on?
I'd have to look.
Quarterback.
Yeah, the fastest way for me to check would be to go to Dynasty, type in Russell Wilson, and look and press team. But I could just Google it. Let me see.
Figure that out for me, Jake.
I got you.
Next matchup is Brandon and Preston going on here. Brandon's only projected for 108. Oh, he has to start Daniel Jones this week because Josh Allen's on bye. Tough week for Brandon. What are the odds Daniel Jones blows up the Jags? Honestly, the Jags just got lit up by Matt Ryan, and Matt Ryan's been worse.
It can happen.
So, yeah,
it can happen. I mean, also, I see the backup quarterback for Denver. I don't remember how to pronounce this dude's name. Brett Rypien. Brett Rypien. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's who I'm seeing right now.
How do you spell it? Ripeon or something?
Rypien.
Oh, right. I'm gonna go with Rypien.
I know he's played before. And I recognize his name, but I don't remember how to pronounce that one. Either way,
yeah, probably
better than Russell Wilson. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Debatable. Looks like Preston's side of the ball is completely healthy. and ready to go. I don't see any bye weeks on his entire roster, which is actually very impressive. He's got Joe Burrow against
Buffalo
Atlanta.
defense.
Buffalo. Oh, good point. Buffalo defense is on
That's
bye.
it.
He'll have to figure that out. But I mean, hey, maybe this is the week that kicker gets cut to make a roster spot, huh?
Maybe.
Or Cole Kmet, maybe, because Cole Kmet's terrible. Yeah, I mean, Preston should win this game, but Aaron Jones is probably going to underperform. George Kittle's probably going to underperform. Tyler Lockett, we'll see.
Yeah, if Preston doesn't win this one with Josh Allen on the bye, Dalvin Cook on the bye.
Is CD injured? Hip injury limited in practice. He'll be fine. Okay. Brandon has to start Pacheco. Oh, Brandon has a tough week for bye weeks, man.
Yeah.
Oof. Wowza. Yeah,
I mean, it's
Manti
gotta
should
hurt
win
to
this
not be
week.
able to start Amari Cooper.
I'm pulling for you, Brandon, but Manti's probably going to win this one. Jesus. Devontae, you never know, though. Devontae, Breece Hall, Sutton, they're all
Breece Hall
pretty
can
good.
definitely do better than 14, I will say.
Breece Hall could outscore Chubb and Jones. He could. I don't think he will, but he could. Just saying. And if he does, then Pacheco can get 0, and it doesn't matter. Tunyon can outscore Kittle. That's possible. Honestly, I'd put that at a 50-50 for real. Waddle could outscore Lockett. They're both very boom bust.
I'm saying this will be kind of close. I'm saying
Yeah.
it'll be a close game.
Could be, yeah. Daniel Jones is going to make it or break it for Brandon here.
Preston, you got to win this one.
You do.
It's going to be a close game, but you got to win this one.
This is a must win.
Even though you're both 3-3.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon's team is destroyed right now. I mean, he's got Josh Allen, Dalvin Cook, and Devonta Smith on bye.
Just got to find a way to win.
Brandon could use a running back, you know. Oh well, we'll see. Next up, we got Cade and Nick B. Cade projected to win this one, 2-4, going up against the 5-1 Nick. That's partly because Nick has to start Matt Ryan, who's only projected for 16. That might be underselling it a little bit. Maybe not. He does have 2 negative point finishes, so we'll see. That must be a little concerning. Granted, last time he played Tennessee, he put up 21. So, hey, got that going for him. DJ Moore on the bench for Judy hurts my soul, but it's probably the right move. Dang.
Yeah, that's kind of a toss-up. I'm looking right at this. Not like this is a huge thing, but I'm looking right at the Las Vegas defense against Houston, and I'm like, this is a potential for 0 points right here.
That's fair. No, that is totally true. And New England will destroy Chicago. That's probably going to be an easy 8 points, probably more.
Yeah.
And Zach Ertz is going to be less effective with Hopkins back. Granted, Hollywood being gone helps a lot, but I don't know if Zach Ertz
Yeah,
is going to be
Hopkins first week back, that'll be a toss-up on what happens there. But
yeah, Hollywood might save Zach Ertz there by being out.
It's not like he's coming off an injury. He's just suspended. So
yeah, he should
be
slot
right.
right back in. Granted, are you allowed to practice when you're suspended? I don't think you are.
Probably not with the team, no.
So might be a little bit of growing pains there, but I'm sure he was doing his own stuff.
They should have some muscle memory with
yeah,
Kyler and Hopkins. We'll see.
Absolutely. Let's see, Hunter Renfrow, ETN on the bench.
I think you might have already mentioned it already, but Ramondre is getting more than 15.
I did not mention that. Yeah, he probably will. You're right. McCaffrey against Tampa. We'll see. Oh, Nick has Hopkins coming in the lineup. Damn. Yeah. McLaurin against Green Bay, I actually don't think will play that well. You know, say what you want about Green Bay, but their pass defense has been pretty solid this year. I think they lost to the Jets, and they only gave up, I think it was 99 pass yards. Granted, it's the Jets and Zach Wilson throwing the ball, but they've been fine. And I don't know, McLaurin hasn't been world beating this year. I could totally see. Is Carson Wentz even playing this week? No, he fractured his thumb.
No, but Heineke, which I actually think will.
Yeah, might actually.
I don't want to say it'll help McLaurin, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if that's a deep touchdown. Not deep. I could see like a 40-yard touchdown catch from McLaurin, having like 3 catches on the day.
If he doesn't score, he doesn't outperform that though, because he probably only gets 4 or 5 catches.
True.
That's my personal take.
Yeah, he'll have a couple shots, but
yeah,
we'll see.
Cade better hope that Gallup steps up with Dak probably coming back. Otherwise, ETN's on the bench, Oh, he can't play ETN for Gallup though, because he's Eno in the flex. And James Conner might play this week too, actually. Yeah, you know what? I'm taking Nick in this one. Because if James
Yeah, no,
Conner's back,
I'm also taking.
Eno's not going to be as good, and it's not like he's
I'm
been
also
that good.
taking Nick in this one personally. Yeah, no Justin Jefferson for Cade. That's gonna hurt.
True.
Justin Herbert being projected 28 and a half.
It's Seattle. I could
That's,
see him beating that.
I could, but I don't know how much.
Seattle give up like 45 to the Lions.
Oh, well,
But it's not
I
like the
still got
Chargers. The
this
Chargers
one,
offense isn't that good though.
even though if I'm looking at points for usually I won't look at Nick, but he just finds ways to win.
Herbert kind of just depends on where the touchdowns fall. Whether it's him or Eckler. Because if Eckler gets the touchdowns, Herbert's not going to be good. But if he doesn't, well then hey, Herbert will probably have 35 plus. Because there will be touchdowns in that game. But hey.
The ultimate scenario that I'd be rooting for here is for Cade to wait. I'm not looking at this right. Never mind. I was gonna say for Cade to win, but then no, to lose, but still have more points on the season than Brinkman, and be one in how many wins does Cade have now? No, 2-5 versus
Versus 6-1.
6-1. Have more points on the season. That's the ultimate chaos scenario.
Oh,
that's what I was looking for.
He'd be regretting not voting. I believe I put out a poll during the offseason of sixth spot goes to the highest scorer, not already in the playoffs. Just saying.
Ooh,
everybody said no to that, and if I make the playoffs this year with the lowest number of points for, and Cade misses out, I'm just saying, man.
I forgot about that.
Last matchup is you versus Laner. Damn, Stefon Diggs out probably hurts. Goddard hurts a bit, but Everett's been okay.
I'm not feeling very confident. I'm not feeling very confident going into this one.
Yeah, you better hope Keenan Allen plays, and I don't think you will. Which means you're gonna.
Yeah, you can take away 15 points. You can take away like 7 points or whatever.
What do you start Kenyon Drake
like
then
6
instead?
Points. Might be Kenyon Drake. It's gonna be ugly if I have to put like Njoku in there.
Especially because Dobbins might not play.
I could just pick it. I could just put Carter in there and hope he gets something, but I don't think I will. I
think it's Kenyon Drake.
Keenan Allen, please tell me you were lying before when you said that you're gonna be out. Just play. Come on.
Just play. Yeah, on the lane side of the ball, Dak is back. Hopefully he doesn't look like shit, because Russ looked like shit last year, or it was Russ last year, right? That came back from this injury, and he did not look good.
I need a Lamar week.
Yeah,
I need a Lamar week. That's really what I need this week. He's due for one. A couple weeks off.
Let's see.
What you got in this one?
Eckler could put up a lot of points, but you're not gonna have Keenan Allen. Lamar and Eckler are gonna have to carry you. I got Laner, honestly, which means you're gonna win. So you better feel good about that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
appreciate that.
But I legit think that Lane's gonna win this one.
If I was just doing a blind roster look, I would pick Lane's side as well, sadly. But I mean, Rashad Bateman. Just have one of those 75-yard touchdown catches again. That's what I need.
Yeah, you absolutely need that.
Lamar
Especially
Rashad Bateman.
Stack.
Need a stack. That's all it takes.
Oh, here's the Keenan Allen quote for you. Keenan Allen on if he might want to take one more game to let the hamstring heal with the bye week in week 8. Yeah, most definitely. It's going to be a thought process going into it. I definitely want to play it the smartest way, and if that's the best thing, then that's what it will be.
All I heard was, I definitely want to play. ...
Sounds to me like he was, if I'm reading into that, that's pretty pessimistic. But hey, best of luck to Laner in this
Maybe
one.
The one thing I will hope for, I guess, is Gerald Everett having a week. He hasn't had one in a couple weeks, but I guess if Keenan Allen's out.
You know what I would legit do if I was Lane? I think I'd bench Christian Kirk for Myers. Just saying.
Against Chicago. Yeah.
Because Kirk has been very
I don't mind
inconsistent.
it. Don't mind that at all.
I know Lane has a respect for the Jags, and he kind of feels the obligation to have a Jag in his lineup at all times. But I think Myers is going to outscore him.
Brandon Ayuk, fresh off a 28-point week, on the bench.
Yeah,
on the bench.
Yeah, where he belongs. The difference between Ayuk and Michael Pittman is they had about the same score last week, and Ayuk had 2 touchdowns, and Pittman did not have any. Just saying.
Yeah. That's fact.
But hey, touchdowns are points, so can't argue. All right, well.
You gotta look at catches when you look at who you pick up each week. That's what I do.
It's targets, man.
You gotta look at catches, the targets and catches. Yeah.
I don't even care about
touchdown.
Catches.
You don't pick them up.
That's true. That is actually kind of true because touchdowns aren't very sticky. But hey,
you see a week with someone having about 13 targets. Boom.
Pick up.
He will be on my roster.
Curtis. Yeah, then you have yourself a Curtis Samuel and a Robbie Anderson, and you feel like shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's me, man. My dynasty team. Oh, I lived that life. Don't do it. All right, I think that wraps it up, huh? Anything else? I got Laner in this one. You obviously got yourself.
I've got myself in this one. Best of luck to everybody except for Lane and who do you play again?
George.
Lane and George.
Yeah, all my homies. Fuck George. What?